What's good, hustlers? Y'all know what time it is. Smoke break time. You know, my smoke breaks, man. I get on here live and say what up to the hustlers. My name is Coach Hustle. First time tuning in, welcome. I teach people, what's up, Thrifting NYC? I'm an educator. I teach people on how to hustle, to see the plays, to see what's in front of them, so they can hustle and get their hustle and their grind on. You know, it's our daily live session. How you living? Sales doing good? You find anything dope? I hope everybody's sales is A1, man. They should be. And if they not, list. If you having trouble with sales right now in October, you ain't listing enough. And if you are listing enough, then you got a problem with what you picking to list and sell. You must not be looking at your sell-through rates. You must not be looking at, your data that's there. And it's all repetition. That's all. Every time I get on here, that's what I'm going to talk about. Look at your data. Look at your sell-through rates. Are you looking at that? If I'm on eBay, I didn't bring my iPad up. I only brought the iPhone. Yeah, I left the iPad downstairs. If I'm on eBay and I'm looking for an item to be moving, I need to at least see 90 solds. 90 solds because it's like a 90-day average. It tells me it's sold at least one time a day. Right? That's what I look for. Like, I need that item to be moving like that. Now, sometimes it's different, especially with seasonal. Because seasonal, like, you won't see the traction yet, but that's where you go to, like, things like Terapeak if you're on eBay. You use things like Keeper if you're on Amazon. What's up, Zach? How you living? How's life, man? The kids, the places. Back all the way out there. Utah, get it in. If you, so you gotta look at that sales data. It's very important right now. That'll help you pivot and turn up. I'm always in the data. I'm always in the solds. The data is where, the devil's in the details. And, a lot of times we don't want to think about those details or go through it. Like I was in a coaching session yesterday with my homie Thrifting there, and I'm showing him like, yo, this is how you find a certain type of item. And he was like, man, that's a lot of work. And I say to him, you want it to be a lot of work. You don't want it to be easy. You don't want it to be easy like software that everybody can buy, everybody can use, because that's, it's a easier barrier of entry. You know what I'm saying? It's a low barrier to entry into that. Yeah, what's good, Zach? Yeah, you already know NYC is expensive. That's why you got to make the bag. I'm in NY. I know. I'm upstate, so it's a little less expensive, but, it's still expensive. So I just be having an abundance mindset and like, okay, yeah, it's expensive, but how could I make more? You know what I'm saying? How can I create more value? Because that's all money is in exchange for value. So if you figure out how you can create more value, your numbers go up. Whether it's giving the people what they need, good service. What's going to make you different than any other seller out here? Because there's a lot of people. It's like reselling is a low barrier to entry type of market. But what can make you different is your knowledge base and you putting that work in. You know what I mean? When somebody else puts the work in for you, like a leads list, best to believe they only giving you crumbs. You know what I'm saying? They'll give you some big crumbs, but the big hitters, they keeping to themselves and running that. You know what I mean? So it's best off, in your business that you learn like how to do the research and find your own stuff to sell in any niche. Because you know what I mean? Sometimes you can jump on an item. I'll give you an example. I won't say what type of cake mix it was, but every year I sell this cake mix around this time, from October all the way to the end of December. And how I found it was just in the solds, man. I was in some data that you get reports on different platforms. Like, so for Walmart, they used to give you like their top selling one. Well, it's just not like people are, what I want to say, people are not helpful to newbies. How do I respond to that? I think there is a lot of help for newbies, but you got to be willing to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's gonna like spoon feed you. I mean, if you pay them, they will. But yeah, they gonna put you on like game. You know what I mean? Because that some people have a limited mindset. A poverty mindset. That's really what it is. A lack of abundance mindset, I should say. Because there's more than enough out here for everyone. Now, you ain't gonna I'm not gonna give my trade secrets away. You know what I mean? Like, whatever's gonna make me dominate that field. But you can also educate and put people on different things so they can get up. Because, I said this last night, I look at it like this. If I teach you, like, not what I have, but how to do it, and you can put your own sauce and your own, like, it's like a recipe. Some people might want a little bit more garlic, or some people might want a little bit more onions or no onions. But the recipe, like, bake for 24 minutes at 450 degrees, stuff like that. You just need to know, the process of that. And that's what I'm here for. Teach people like newbies, people that's just starting over, people that just, you just getting into a different mindset. You switching your mindset up, you know what I mean? You might not even be over on this side yet. You might still be in a 9 to 5, or you just want something to do on the side, or you just really trying to understand and learn, like, man, what can I do? I know I need to do something different. What can I do with myself? You know what I mean? I know that ain't the move. I know I need to learn some type of info and intel. Where do I start? Because sometimes it's a lot. It's like, it's so much information out here. Where do you start? You don't know, like, you have to do this and this and this and that. And it's just like school. Everybody, learn and absorb things differently. So you have to have different people teaching in different methods and different ways. Some people need the more, like, one-on-one approach. I was saying this to my bro last night. I don't care if I only got 10 views. But if them 10 views are solid and them 10 people is moving along and advancing themselves, that means more to me than 10,000 views. You know what I mean? Because it's the impact. If it has to be just close-knit one-on-one, and we, teaching people and helping them along, you build that network. Because guess what? After you teach people and they get it and they become confident in it, then they're going to go out on your own, and you might make up something and say, hey, I made this and put this in it, try it. And I might like it. So, you know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. It's like, I don't know. It's more than enough out here to put people on. I'm going to teach you something. I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you how to do it. And then you're going to go do it and do it better. And you might come back. You might not. But if you don't, shoot. At least you good. You Gucci. It was positive for you. So that's how I look at it. People not going to, that's just their mindset. And it's okay. It's nothing wrong with that. I learned that too. Like, I used to have issues. Like, and that's like my topic of the day. It's like part of like being a hustler and entrepreneur is you got to know like your moral compass, where you stand at with certain things. You got to know like certain things are my non-negotiable in business. I'm not going to do no fraud shit or no backdoor shit. I'm not going to, you know what I'm saying, do this or do that. You got to know that before you enter in, because you're going to be tempted to do a lot of different things in different ways when you get out here. There's a lot of different people that have a different agenda and vibe, and you got to know your agenda and what you are going to or not going to do. Because like I said, some shit be glittering and you be like, yo, that might be the move, but nah, it's not right. Oh, for one-on-ones, like I'm still wondering what to do about that. Like, because I want to be fair, but I want to be fair for my time. So that's what I've been wondering. I've been telling cats like $1 a minute type thing. You know what I mean? But like I'm giving away like 5 of those sessions for free. I gave away 1, 2, so I got like 3 more. I just was gonna do it more so after Q4, Oh yeah, I mean that's just how it is when for lack of knowledge they shall perish. If you don't know anything, the comment says a lot of people taking advantage of us over here. They see an easy play. It's easier for me to tell you how to make money and consult to you how to make money versus really going to make the money. You know what I mean? And that's for real, like, I would offer like a one-on-one mentorship. I don't really know how to page that and price that. Because, for me, it's just, after I'm going lives until the end of Q4. Because Q4, you just like be busy. And then after Q4, I'm going to start with classes. Like, it'd be like organized. You'll have like a schedule, like, you know what I mean? And people can review it and things like that just for free. You know what I mean? Like, how to establish your EIN, how to do your LLC, how to look at and get your business bank account, how to get your reseller certificate, and setting yourself up like that. How to register yourself on certain things, you know what I'm saying, and start to build a Dun and Bradstreet and things like that. You know what I mean? Different starter things. If your shit in the mud, your credit in the mud, you know, what can you do to help yourself out? You know, and just to be honest, like it take, you know, if you starting from scratch, it takes about like 2 years to really build that. You know what I mean? Like to build it up to make it be worth it to where you can make these big swinging purchases. So don't be distracted by the other people out here that's been at it for a minute, that's making big purchases, making big swings. You know, they put their time in, they got their paperwork right, and now they can get the money, you know, from the entities. There's no secret how to do it. This is how business run. We didn't know it till like now, you know what I'm saying, till the internet time. I go days with no sales. All right. But you for the computer, you want to go live, you're the only one in here. So I can give you a free coaching session right now. If you want to jump on, go live, show me your store. We can go through and I can go look at a couple of things. And with you, and you know what I'm saying? And I can get the set of questions, I guess, that I would ask. Because that's what I have to sit down and do, like make a script of questions and kind of know from there how to adjust based on that. I should just make a bot to do that. Because based on certain questions, I can kind of figure out what the problem of your store is. My first question to you is like, are you listening? You know what I'm saying? And if you are listening, how much and how often? All right. My second question is like, what are you selling? Are you checking your comps? You know what I mean? Are you priced too high? How many other offers are out there? Does it have a strong sell-through rate? And then my third thing would be is like, all right, how are you listing it? You know, maybe your titles is off a little bit. Maybe you could put some more descriptions. Maybe the description's too long, or maybe you're missing some pertinent information that the buyer wants to see. Because people just like simple. They like to go, okay, see that it's that, and move on. You know what I mean? So what type of stuff do you sell? Well, it's better. I'd rather record it, though. Like, so if you want to, you know what I'm saying, jump on live, like, I can add you if you want me to. I'll just wait to see your comment, and we can go through it real quick. At least a quick, like, 15-minute session, like, maybe even 30. Just depends on how it goes. You know, I just kind of flow with it. That's how long I'm supposed to be 15 to 30 minutes, take a break midday. We'll be in the middle of the night. I'm a night owl. I'll be grinding all night. But those are the type of questions I would ask. But well, when you get to that, you'll let me know. But it's about like, you know, you got to know where your moral compass is at. What you gonna do? What defines you as an individual? Because that's first. Like, business is a second, but you yourself, your personal self, is first. And you know, once you got that, you kind of know what you can float with and what you can't float with. You got that. You got to have that first, though. Because morally, man, and then you got to be okay with dealing with other people that don't have the same morals as you. So that's where I ran it. Okay, so you get home in an hour. Well, I see where I'm at in an hour. Maybe I can tap in again. Probably be tied up, though. I don't know. The bed was on the floor. Definitely, we can schedule one. We'll go through one, but that's my rule of thumb. Like, really, the sessions would just be like free to begin with. To be honest, maybe I'll do like, fuck it, I'll do 1,000 free sessions first, or 100 or something like that. I don't know, 1,000 is a lot, but well, maybe that's what's needed. 1,000 free one-on-one sessions, but the oh, yeah, I ran into that problem too. You said you have expensive items that you bought with a credit card and those leads grew, but price tanks. Do now, I want to go to thrift items. Well, you still got to pay that credit card off and you still got that stuff. So I don't know what type of stuff you have. What platform do you sell on? That's another question too. What platform are you selling on? Maybe you just not selling on enough platforms too sometimes. You know. Stuff do take out. That's why I be trying to teach people like, yo, look at this. Look at offer counts. Or just eBay. You got Macari. If you don't got Macari, man, maybe download Macari. I got a link in my bio. You get like free money or shit for whatever, I'll send you the link. Sign up for Macari. Because Macari, like, at this point, what you got to do is just try to recoup what you can. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay if you took the L. And you got to get over that L. You got to get over it quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got to be ready to move on, not cry about it no more, and say, okay, this is where I'm at. Fuck it. That's what happened. Let it be a lesson to you. I don't know how expensive the lesson was. And it hurts. And it fucking sucks. It do. I know. I took the L too. Don't worry about it. It hurt. You know what I'm saying? It hit you. But just know, no matter what, you got to make it in your mind right now. Like, all right, fuck that. That's in the past. What I'm going to do moving forward? Yeah, it sounds like you don't list enough. If you ain't getting no sales, it sounds like you don't list enough or your price is too high. Like I said, I would have to see it. I have to maybe see one of your stores or see a listing. If you don't want me to show you your whole store, you can screenshot some listings, things like that. How you doing, Kayet J's? I'm horrible. I'm just gonna say KADJS because I see the K, but I can't put all the rest together. I used to go to speech as a kid. Oh, people want to be anonymous. They want to be calling about when they come in. I won't, man. I won't call you out when you come in. I mean, so hype shoes, you can still get your, at least break even or get some money back. You know what I'm saying? You just ain't gonna make pros, and that's okay. You gotta be okay with that. Take the L on the chin, and move forward. So, but you know what I'm saying? Before you even get on the lobby, you gotta make up in your mind that you're just ready to move forward. You know what I'm saying? So while you sitting there at the game, if you got time, you gotta make a, it's okay. What has happened has happened. I gotta move forward. From here on out, you moving forward, you moving different. You know what I mean? And then you gonna be able to teach nah, don't do it this way. You know what I'm saying? Then it'll be, it's a domino effect. So it's okay. You took it early too. I'm pretty sure you're early in the business. So it's cool. You took it early. Be happy you took it with not a bunch of cash. When I mean cash, you ain't in your third, fourth year in business and your money rolling in and you got, what I'm saying, $50,000 to $100,000 to spend on product. You know what I'm saying? And you got $20,000 tied up in product that's fucking bad. Luckily, you know what I'm saying, that's not the issue just yet. So you learning now, you catching it now before it gets out of hand like that. Because some of these cats that had buying power, that joined some groups, and that, you know what I'm saying, really didn't know. You know what I'm saying? And that just goes back to part of business. And that's the first lesson of business is protect your investment. Part of protecting your investment is doing due diligence. And I had to learn that the hard way, So that's it, making sure we validating people, making sure we checking the data out, things like that. But it's hard sometimes because sometimes it's a, getting to sell it's like a high. It's a dopamine effect. Shout out to Pure Hustle Podcast. They have a podcast talking about, is it a reason we are addicted to eBay because of the sales? So that happens. You know what I mean? And we get addicted to the sales and we just think a sale is a sale and we get emotional and romantic with it instead of just are we looking at the numbers? It's the math, and that's what I like to say now. That's what these new people be saying is the math, and is that shit adding up? So, Pure Hustle Podcast. Now, if you were a new reseller, old reseller, I don't care what reseller, I recommend that podcast, man. I learned a lot from that podcast. Still listen to this day. Learned a lot. Mike and Orlando, they some real hustlers. They content is amazing. Orlando always goes to garage sales, stuff like that. It's just they good for the reselling community, man. They give real top-notch information. And they analyze things a little differently, and are open. So, man, I love those guys. They just, they put a different spin and twist on the understanding of how to do reselling. And both of them are educators, so I think that's what it is too. When you have that education background, you can't help but want to teach. And so that's kind of I feel like how they do within their podcast. But it was it was one on that. They got several hundred episodes, 200 plus episodes. So if you don't even want to go back to all the way number 1, I recommend you go back to at least number 50. It's kind of some of the some of the stuff won't be applicable because it's different eras and seasons, but the main core lessons is dope. Yeah, you definitely got to watch who you listening to out here, making sure they valid. But they post every day. Great podcast. And that's I'm gonna have to make my list of people that I bang with as far as like I listen to, or that just has different takes on the game, because there's so many different other hustles. You gotta understand that, like, there's so many different hustles. Some people might sell you shoes, some people might sell you clothes, some people might sell pennies, some people might sell deodorant. It's just so many different niches or niches. You can learn a lot from other people and get inspired, like, do I want to get into this niche? Because your whole goal is you start in reselling and you kind of start broad, because you want to have the understanding of how it works. But your whole goal is, if you're looking for like making a business and scalability, is you want to like niche down, And I used to wonder why. Like, I couldn't get this in my head for the longest time. I'm like, well, why niche down? Everything make money. Why not sell everything? But it wasn't until I realized, okay, the factor of scalability. That means scaling, like, you want to do it, instead of doing it 10 times, I want to do it 100 times. I want to do it 1,000 times. And it's easier to do something 1,000, 10,000, 1,000,000 times. Look at McDonald's, a billion serve, because they have the same processes and systems everywhere. And why? Because they stick to one thing. Now, you think they could do all of that if McDonald's sold hamburgers and hot dogs and fries and did the desserts? If they were like a diner, no, that wouldn't work out. They focused on one thing, you master that, and you do it well. And then that's the whole key. So you start broad, you learn to listen from other people to kind of say, like, dang, do I like this? Do I like that? Nah, it ain't really my speed. And that's okay. Like, you got to be okay with certain things ain't your speed. And ain't nothing wrong with that, too. Because there's all different types of people out here. I used to have problems in that in life. Like, back to that morals thing. Like, somebody can have different morals. That's okay. But that ain't really your business. You just keep it moving and you do what you do. You know what I mean? And ignore the rest. That's what we got to do. You got to do what you do. Stay in your lane. Not staying in your lane, switching in a lot of lanes, guess what happens? Crash out. You're going to crash out eventually. Not staying in your lane, not paying attention to what's in your lane, going the speed of your lane. Because this person over here could be flying by in the fast lane. You try to fly, you might run into somebody in front of you, So definitely. It's tough to do, though. You know what I'm saying? And the internet make it tough, man, especially Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that shit, don't let Instagram fool you. Don't let Instagram fool you. Most people that's really, really getting it, they ain't on Instagram. Or if they are, it's because, they just have a business and they're like, yo, I do this, but here's my class, here's my course, boom, and I'm just showing you what I do. They'll make content like that. But, like, really getting it, most of the time they don't got time. The person that's really getting it really don't have a lot of time. Like, a bunch of time. When I mean getting into it, I mean making that money like they say they making. Oh, I made $100,000 today. If you did, you wouldn't be on fucking Instagram talking to me. Trust me. I mean, that's how I think of it. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's just kind of how I think of it. If I figured out a way to run a play to make $100K a day, I'm sorry, I love y'all, but I'm not telling you right off front. I'm going to take all my time and energy to figure out, can I make more in that way, and boom it. And then I guess when you well off, you show what you did and how you did it, if you transition or whatever. But that's what I think about. And that's another thing, you know what I'm saying? Because none of us, some people may be business, but most of us that start off in this, we ain't business savvy. Nobody we knew owned a business. I'm sure we probably didn't even take basic economics. I failed economics in college. I don't even hold you. GDP, macro, and micro. I think micro I got like a C in, and I know I failed macro. So most of us don't even have a basic understanding of like the fundamentals of economics and how they work. So we don't know when we see revenue and profit. You know what I'm saying? And what's between revenue and profit is the amount of money to help make you run an operation. Everything costs. And you got so many different ways to have to look at things cost. Because not only is money costing you, sometimes it's time. So was it worth my time for that money when you really break it down? So sometimes you got to add those factors in. Yeah, I made 100,000 a day, but if it took all my time, I don't know. I guess you'll be happy. That's a bad metaphor there. You know, some things you can work backwards with time. That's basically what I'm saying. It's not worth the money, ain't worth the time. Some people hustle backwards though. And some people, you know, it's like sheep mentality, man. Follow others. So you gotta make your way and say, no, I ain't gonna be a sheep. You know what I mean? And it'd be difficult. It is difficult to navigate, but once you do navigate through it, man, you own it popping. It's alright. You know what I mean? Be consistent. There's no shortcut. Be consistent. That's the other thing. Show up and be consistent. Whatever it is you're doing, you get up, do it every day. So if you listen to 5 items, do it every day. You know what I mean? And a lot of people hate on this man. Well, I wouldn't say hate, because, you know, I'm going to put this. I don't want to be like, I'm not trying to be, you know, crazy, but he got good information. Daily refinement, you know what I'm saying? Him and Tech and Sports. He's controversial. That's the word I'm looking for. He might be very controversial in some of his takes or things, but they do understand, you know what I'm saying, scaling, running a business, profit, numbers. And the biggest thing, he has this 2-week thing that he did for free on his YouTube. You don't even have to buy his seller's guide. You don't have to even do none of that. I think he even tells you that. You don't even have to be in his group. You don't have to do none of that. But his information on his YouTube alone, priceless. You can't knock that from the man. That's priceless. I think, you know, for him, they created a group more so, you know, he sees opportunity because of all these groups that was popping up like crazy, and, you know, people were making money off, you know, the subscriptions, because subscriptions is like, yo, if I got $50 a month or $40 a month and I got 1,000 people, that's $40,000. You mean you can't be mad at that. But on the other hand, you can, you know, it's like take the meat, leave the bone. That goes back to that morals thing. Just know where you stand morally. It ain't for us to tell them what they doing. Fuck it, do what you do. But if you're going to give me some intel that's going to help me, well, that's what I'm going to take from you and Mr. and Master it. Now, if you do something like directly towards me, then I'm going to address it. Or if it directly affects me, yeah, you address it. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to be disrespected. If you are scammed, like, shit, I had, you know, issues with a person in groups, but how I came at it was different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just speak on you. You know what I mean? And what you doing. And leave the rest of that shit alone. There be so much drama in the reseller community. It's like, are we making money or are we in high school? You know what I mean? So, you got to ignore that too. Ignore all that bullshit and drama. Because it's a bunch of that. He said, she said. It's like these people with no lives. You got time for all of that. I ain't got time for it. I just want your good ass information and what you doing, and the rest I'll leave alone. And if I'll speak on facts, like, you know what I mean, like, yes, it's factual, and I'm gonna show you why. I'm gonna come with some receipts. This is factual. This is why you probably shouldn't be a part of group. And there's plus size to group too. You know what I mean, like don't get me wrong. I've been in groups, and it's plus size. You know, you meet different people. It's like, now that's what's really profitable. I wouldn't go there looking for leads or nothing like that. I would go in groups looking to meet people that's my speed, and y'all can clan together. And that's what I've done a lot in groups. Like, I found people at my speed, and it might be 5 of us to the side working on this and doing different shit and teaching different shit to each other. You know what I mean? So that part. But ain't nobody got the magic sauce up. You know what I'm saying? It's not magic. You know what I mean? It's basic shit. You know what I mean? Buy low, sell high. Now, how do I do that? How do I find product? You know what I'm saying? It's nothing new under the sun. There's nobody has some, you know, proprietary information and things like that they can, you know what I'm saying? They're doing some magic trick. No. It's all out here, and you can do it too. I'm saying that. That's what I'm trying to say. That's why I can't get blowed too much. You can do it too. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not no magic. It's not impossible for you to do what they doing. As far as like sales, numbers, and volume. But also too, know that you know you got to work your way to get there. You ain't, even if you got 100 sales today, you're not set up to ship all of those out. I probably can guarantee you. You know what I mean? That's the type of thing I'm talking about. So it's like, we want this. We want 50 sales a day. I can't handle 1,000 sales a day. Shit, I can handle 100 sales. I couldn't handle more than 200 sales a day. Like if I wanted to increase my volume intake, no, because my processes ain't set up for that. So you got to ask yourself that too. Like, okay, I want this, but what am I doing to set myself up to receive this? You know what I mean? How you gonna receive something you ain't set up to receive? I mean, you know what I'm saying? You ain't set up. You ain't set up to take it in. So you gotta look at that and work on that. That's what I've been working on. That's why I'm like, oh shit, I don't like doing clothes. These shits just be sitting here. Yeah, I listen from time to time, but nah, you gotta niche down. What can I do that I like that I know I'm gonna get in motion? I'm like, shit, my games, that shit don't sit. I get that shit in motion. And then seasonal. Always been dope with that. Get in motion and then just mastering the craft that way. Like, what am I, 3-4 years in on like the reselling hustle? You learn different shit, man. I bang with a lot of different people, man. Shout out to the people in the reselling community, man. I done met a lot of dope people, man. Teach each other things, share information, because that's what it's about. Growing, sharing information. Shit, I'm trying to see you 5 years down the line. Like, yeah, man, I done hit $500,000. Yeah, I done hit $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. You grinding now. You on the internet. You meeting people, and then shit, 5 years later, and there's cats that do that. Some businesses that are like that. They started together, and you see them like, yeah, I done hit some money now. You know, I got a warehouse. I'm opening up this warehouse. And they moving together still, like, you know what I'm saying? Sharing information, building. Like, for instance, Side Hustle Network. I love them, man. Shout out to them. You should see where Chad's and them started. You know what I mean? From his own home in his garage. And just over the years, that man, he put in his grind. There's no shortcut there. That man put in his grind day in and day out and build. And now, look, he started in Oregon and the man is in Texas. You know what I'm saying? Because he put in that grind. It's possible. He made his own business out of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's his prep center. In his prep center, A1. You know what I'm saying? He a stand-up dude. You know what I'm saying? He do square A1 business. I done done business with Chad. He do square A1 business. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no funny stuff in the mix. So that's another thing with morals and stuff too. Like, a lot of people think you got to be shiesty. Nah, man. You know what it takes to really be in business? Be honest. You can beat everybody's ass. If you honest, consistent, your word is your bond. Everybody know they can call you up and say, yeah, Johnny, he gonna take care of that. Then everybody gonna want to mess with you because they know Johnny gonna take care of it. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. A lot of cats be out here, they don't want to take care of business, don't want to do the business. I don't know where the hell they be. You don't be on the money. Or maybe they just have a different moral compass. And that's okay. You just don't deal with them in business. That's all. That's okay. That's gonna be one of my episodes. We're gonna go over some like flags of how you notice like not to stay away from these people in business. That's what I'll call it. 5 things you should be aware of and stay away from these type of people in business. Because, you know what I'm saying? You get that stuff right quick. You get it off the muscle, off the cuff with people. You really do. Like, instantly. You really do. It comes up quick by, are you prompt when we're meeting? You know, are you good with communication? You know, have you dropped the ball? What's up, Columbus Vintage? Shout outs to you, man. Long time follower, man. How you living? I don't even know any rag houses in NYC. I don't even know what's a rag house. Forgive me. I don't even know that terminology. That's mean where you can go like pick a bunch of shit up. Now NYC, man, you got